every Wednesday to join us in the studio and give us insight from their world. Today's insider, I don't even know what to give him as a title anymore, but he's a well-rounded entertainer. Eli's in the studio. Hello.
Hello. 오랜만이에요. Long time no see.
Long time no see. Could you please introduce yourself to our
Yes.
listeners?
Hey everyone. Long time no see. This is Eli.
Kind of awkward not to
Yeah.
put all that stuff in front, right?
I'm trying to think about what I should put in front of it, but I don't know. I'm just
Entertainer Eli.
entertainer Eli.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we were kind of catching up during the song break, but it's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah, it has. It's been a few years, I think. I think when we were in here with You Kiss,
Yeah.
as You Kiss, it was probably the last time I saw you.
Probably.
When was that? When was that?
When was that? But
Yeah.
the reason why we actually have you in the studio is because you've been actually moving on to different things. So
Yes.
a new chapter is opening in your life.
Yes, it has.
So for any of our listeners who maybe haven't been seeing the articles or don't follow you on social media,
Yeah.
what's kind of been going on as of late?
All right, so my contract with NH has ended,
Okay.
and as You Kiss, so I'm officially out of the group,
Okay.
and I'm on my own.
Okay. So you're a free agent now.
Yes, but I signed with a new company about last month
Oh, okay. Wow. So
with
this was
Wells Entertainment,
okay.
and I'm trying to focus more. The reason why I first came to Korea was actually for acting,
Uh-huh.
and I want to focus more on my acting career
Uh-huh.
overseas.
Okay.
And in Korea, I want to do more variety shows, like with my family and
Which we've
those
been
kinds
seeing
of
you
things.
do.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
Yeah.
for any of you or the listeners who literally haven't been keeping up with you since the last time you were in the studio with You
Yeah.
Kiss, I feel that there's like a lot of things that have happened in that aspect as well. Something that I'm honestly not used to talking with you about.
Yeah, because we've known each other since we like debuted, like 2008.
Yeah, I've known you since you guys before you guys debuted.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been almost
Yeah.
more than 10 years since
More than 10 years.
I've seen you. So I remember teenager Eli, but to be
Yeah.
having a conversation about like, you know, his family now and everything is
Yeah.
really awkward in a way.
It is.
It's new.
You're an aunt now.
I'm an aunt now. I haven't
Yeah.
officially seen my nephew yet, but I'm
you're
officially an aunt now.
Yeah, and all of my fans too.
Your
They all
aunts now.
became aunts.
Aunts and uncles.
like,
Aunts and
all of a
uncles.
sudden.
So you've happily married.
Yes.
Just for any of the listeners who haven't really been keeping up,
Mm-hmm.
how long has it been since you guys been married?
Oh, it's been 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, 5 years since we've been married.
And your baby is how old?
He's 3, US age. 4 in Korea.
Oh, I love how you did that, like just right off the bat.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, he's 3 in the English, in the U.S.
Because it's so confusing in Korea and like US, the ages. Yeah.
Now, I know that, because I do remember you always talking about auditions. We've actually been to a few auditions, like similar auditions for like movies and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that in the past. And so, as you know, from singing to acting and now to being a daddy and everything like that, I know that a lot of professionals have a problem balancing everything out because,
Oh,
you know, the
yeah.
acting world, the auditions, all that stuff is not as, how would say, like always consistent.
Mm-hmm.
So like, how are you kind of like auditioning and like getting ready for stuff? And like, how are you like thinking or planning on balancing that out?
Pretty much everything's just mental. Like
Okay.
while I'm at home like doing the dishes, I'll be like remembering lyrics in my head or like rehearsing lines in my head.
Okay.
And when I'm in the bathroom, like taking a shower, I would like do it quietly, so I don't wake up the baby.
So it's like you're kind of tippy-toeing around the
Yeah.
baby and everything.
Yeah.
Now, I know that your wife is a professional model. She
Yeah.
still models to this day. And I know that you posted on your social media account
Yeah.
that you guys did a shoot a couple days ago.
Yeah, we did a magazine shoot for 여성조선,
Okay.
and it was, I think it's like the second one that I did with my wife. But every time I do shoot with her, she's always like really professional, and I always learn. Like she always tells me how to pose.
Really?
But like put your chin back, like look down a little bit, and like she's like always telling me how to pose. So I always learn a lot.
That's so sweet. So being kind of in the same field, you feel that it helps. Like she's been able to kind of help you
yeah.
a lot.
Since she's older than I am, she's 11 years older than me, so
Oh, yeah, she is older than you.
She gives me a lot of advice on
Okay.
a lot of things that I don't know,
Okay.
like life lessons, like how to know if someone's like trying to use me,
Okay.
like because she's been so like active in her career, so she learns a lot. I learn a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like an ajashi now.
No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm kind of curious, since you did bring up that there's a little bit of an age gap. I feel that, in the States, in other cultures, we don't really fixate so much on age because
Just a number.
it is just a number. But if you don't mind, can we kind of go back and talk about how you two met? Because I feel that a lot of our listeners, we kind of went from you being in the studio weekly to being in UKISS now. We're just like coming from a perspective where you're a dad now and like married and everything. So if you don't mind sharing with us like how you met and everything, share us the romantic story.
Romantic. It's not really romantic.
Or lack of.
It was all right. So, I was really into cars. I loved cars
Why is it past tense?
because cars are expensive.
Okay, so you were into nice cars.
Yeah, I was into nice cars, like sports
Okay.
cars. And I had a hyung here in Korea. I'm still close with him now, and he is a dealer.
Okay.
Like a car dealer in Korea. So I was talking with him, and he knows that I like cars. He knows a lot of people that were into cars, and he knew a lot of racers too.
Okay.
So he said invited me to a dinner, and he said that there's going to be a lot of racers there, a lot of people with
In the
like, really nice
business and-
cars, like in the business. So I went to that dinner, and there were like a lot of people, but they were mostly all guys.
Okay, of course.
Yeah, and there was only like a few other like girls, but my wife was
In
one
the
of
group.
one of the girls, and we were talking. I was like talking Chinese to like one of the other guys, and my wife at the time, she thought that I was Chinese.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because my Korean wasn't very good, and I was speaking Chinese. My hair was like blonde, and I was talking to her in like broken Korean. I was like what's your name? How old are you? And she would keep lying to me, like she wouldn't tell me her real name. I asked for her number, and she told me like her bank account information. It was
Okay, that's
really
so
bad.
random.
Yeah, and so after the dinner, like I told that Hyung, I asked him what her number was. He gave me her number, and I was like texting her, but she wouldn't meet me.
Okay.
So I pretty much like followed her around and like kept texting her for like a year.
A year?
Yeah, until we finally
Like officially
got together.
started
Yeah,
dating and whatnot.
this was like 9 years ago. So
Oh, you guys dated a long
Yeah.
time too.
yeah, we dated a long time, very long time.
So wow. So you pretty much have already spent like close to a decade
Yeah.
with her.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the age gap doesn't really, like, we don't know.
yeah.
We don't feel like the age gap
Definitely.
at all.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
a decade has passed. You
Yeah.
pretty much have, I bet that you don't really
Yeah.
notice it. And honestly, you guys don't really look it either.
Yeah. She looks really young for her age.
And props for
Or do
you
I,
to
do I
look
look
young.
old for my
No,
age?
no.
Yeah.
Props to you too for staying on the young side, because
Yeah.
we're getting a lot of our listeners now. Near one of our loyal listeners is saying, "Oh wait, 11 years. I think I have a chance now to get married." So a lot of our female listeners are saying that they actually have a chance. Cisco is saying she doesn't look 11 years older. Eli, you look so young too.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's a lot of messages.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me, they say a baby is raising a baby.
Oh, that is true. I do kind of get that
Yeah.
feel. Yeah, I do kind of get that feel, indefinitely. Now, I'm kind of curious. You have been doing a lot of shows with your family
Yeah.
and like with your wife and whatnot. And you talking a lot about like, because the programs that you do go on, I mean, they ask a lot of hard questions.
Yeah, they try and like scratch at like
Yeah,
the really
sensitive
sensitive
topics.
topics. Yeah.
So when you're on those programs, I mean, because I feel that you two have known each other for so long, and you've like, other than being in like a romantic relationship, I feel that you guys are really like just companions in it. Do you ever end up like kind of having a little bit of like a fight or a or like a little bit of an argument after those shows? Because like you were saying, like they scratch at those like sensitive topics.
while I was in UKISS, I didn't go on those talk shows because I didn't want UKISS to get like that image.
Of course, of course.
So my wife would go out there.
Oh, by herself.
So I let her go out first. It was like my plan. I let her go out first, let her say whatever she wanted. So when I go out on there, I can say whatever I want.
Okay. Oh, so there was a plan behind this.
Yeah, there's a plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tango is also saying, hello, Eli. Just a message to send all well wishes your way to your family as well. Hope all is well with everyone. And your son is so cute. He's 3 now. Time is going by so fast.
Yes, it is. Time goes by really fast. He's already going to like daycare. 어린이집?
Oh my goodness. Seeing you say the words daycare is just like...
He has a girlfriend.
He's going to daycare. He's already got a girlfriend. Uh-oh. Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick song break, and then we're going to come back. We are going to kind of reminisce a little bit today with some of the songs that we have for our insider. So we've got You Beat up next with Should Have Treated You Better. And then we'll see you guys back after this with more of our insider. It is Wednesday. Today we have in the studio Eli for our insider, and it's hour 2 of K-Poppin. I'm your host, Isak. Our listeners are really enjoying the fact that we just listened to You Beat song.
Me too. It's been so long.
It's been so long. Yeah. Probably forgot you even did the song.
Yeah, I don't even remember the lyrics. I'm like,
no, I understand that because a few weeks back we had one of my former choreographers in the studio with us, and so like my producer and everybody in the team was just like, yeah, do your song, like dance to your song. I'm just like, I don't know that song. I don't know the dance moves anymore.
Even 만만하니, that song we did like a
bazillion times.
Yeah, a billion times we did it, and someone asked me to sing it for them at a karaoke, and I couldn't remember the lyrics.
The lyrics are there.
Yeah, I couldn't. Like the melody was like off, and I was like so embarrassed because it was our song.
Well, then again, like you have a bazillion members too.
Yeah.
Like you only have like one part.
Yeah.
That's like what, 10 seconds?
Pretty much. Yeah, I did my part perfect.
See, that's what happens. Like if you ask me to do my members part in the song, I don't know this. Yeah. It kind of just goes.
I guess I was too focused on the dancing at the time.
which could be true.
Yeah.
So we're talking a little bit about what you've been up to and whatnot. And I think that a lot of our listeners are going to ask this later too. So I'm going to wait until later. But one question, since we are talking about, your son's already 3 and everything, this always comes up as a question, but is a second baby in the picture? Before you answer that, was your son planned? Because I know that for couples, sometimes like they're planned, sometimes they're not.
He was.
Okay, so you guys planned it.
We were trying to have a baby for about a year.
Okay.
And my wife had a miscarriage.
Oh, no, I'm so
she
sorry.
had a miscarriage once. And that pretty much we were just like, all right, let's just take it slow.
Okay.
And once we let it all down, like we took the weight off our shoulders, just paddle.
Wow.
Like she was like, I'm pregnant. And we're like, yay.
So it might have been just the stress, because I do know a lot of couples go through that. It's like the anticipation and like wanting to get pregnant actually prevents it.
Yeah. The stress of having to plan it out and like have like a schedule is really stressful.
Right.
Yeah.
For both parties.
Yeah.
Okay. So number 2, now that I've asked that, number 2, are we planning a number 2
Yes.
or?
Actually, we are.
Ooh.
We are planning a number 2, but not anytime soon. Maybe in a couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this is always like the burning question. Do you want it to be a girl or a boy? And this is just wishes.
That's like the biggest factor. Like, if there's like a bigger like possibility of having a girl, then like we could start planning now.
Okay.
But if it's another boy, oh my god, my back's killing me right now just thinking about it.
Your back's already hurting.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that your son like any characteristics that he has that your dad or like your family says like, oh, he's just like you?
I guess not listening. Like the energy of like running around. my mom told me that I learned to run before I could walk.
Oh, wow.
So I couldn't stop myself once I started running.
Okay.
And when I was a kid, I ran into a wall and broke all of my front teeth.
Ugh.
And my son, we're afraid that that's going to happen to him. Like he runs like up the stairs, down the stairs, like jumps off of curbs, like off of like what's it called? Off of benches. And it's like it's really scary.
Yeah.
So like you know how like dads they have like that superhuman like superhero effect? Yeah, that's coming out.
It's coming out.
Yeah.
It is just a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. This is something that I've always asked a lot of my Korean American friends in Korea, because Korea is really big on school.
Yes.
Scholastics is a really big deal in Korea.
Yeah.
What area you live in, which school you go to, because of that, that's why the houses are always different as well.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of curious, since you did marry a Korean and you do have your, American side in you as well. Has it ever kind of clashed yet? Like, is it starting to clash when it comes to like school?
Not so much because
Okay.
my wife as well, she wants him to be fluent in English as well as Korean. So she wants to send him to a foreign school.
Okay.
And that's what I want as well.
Okay.
And we both don't want to do that tiger mom thing.
Okay.
Like, we don't want to be like, you have to do well in school. You have to become a doctor. We don't want to do that.
Well,
So,
because both of you
yeah.
don't come from those backgrounds.
Yeah. And we both don't have, we don't have any, like, really, it's not like we came out from, like, Ivy League schools
Okay.
to, like, make him go to one. But whatever he wants to do, if he wants to study hard and, like, as long as he's average, that's what I want. That's what
Okay.
we want. He's
Just as long as he's healthy.
healthy, kind. That's all. That's all we pare.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so sweet. Now, I know that because you did grow up overseas, because that was whatever decision your parents made at the time or whatever was happening. Do you plan to maybe also travel and maybe like live overseas a little bit with your...
In the future,
Maybe?
when he's maybe going to middle school, we want to
Travel a little more?
go to the States.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
And settle down.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you have talked about this and it's kind of been planned out.
Yeah, it's planning. It's like in progress.
Okay.
The schedule. But yeah, that's like our 목표,
Our goal?
our goal. Yeah. My English is so bad.
It's not because the English is bad. I can tell that you don't use it as much.
Yeah, I don't. Because my wife speaks Korean, I speak Korean, so it's like easier.
Of course, it's a lot easier. Now, what about at home? Because I feel that now that he's 3, you read him books and you
Yeah.
are looking into, like, you already talked about daycare and everything. So I feel a lot of our listeners would be curious as to what's the major language that is used at home? Is it Korean or do you try to speak English to him?
It is Korean.
Okay.
He's fluent in Korean.
Okay.
And I try and teach him English now, but it's not working. It's not working like I wanted to.
Really?
So
It's
I
not
would-
as easy as you thought it was
I
going
would
to be.
say if he learns a new word and he asks me what this is, then I would tell him what it is in English.
Okay.
And he remembers it. But he already knows the word in Korean, like strawberry. It's 딸기. And I would say, this is, in English, it's strawberry. And he'll be like, no, this
It's
is 딸기. Yeah. So he would tell me like what he knows already. And he would correct me.
He's like, no, Dad, you're wrong.
Yeah, it's 딸기. So
It's not strawberries.
it's really hard to tell him like this is English. But he's learning a little bit, like bit by bit.
Okay.
And actually, I'm planning on starting a YouTube as well.
Nice.
I've been wanting to start it like a while ago, but now that I'm in a new company, they're trying to help me out, getting it off its feet. So,
What are we going to be looking for?
I'm going to be. It's pretty much going to be me and my son,
Okay.
and I
Oh.
want to be like I want to teach people how to teach their children how to like teach them another language. So
Nice.
it's pretty much I'll be learning and teaching as we go.
Oh, yeah, definitely. but you're gonna try. Now, I'm kind of curious because I can already tell that he's a little on the stubborn side.
Yeah.
So, do you feel that this stubbornness comes from you?
Yeah. That's 100% me.
How do you remember any fights you had with either like your siblings or your parents when you were younger because you were so stubborn?
Well, when I was growing up, I wanted to spend time with my friends more than
of course,
like extracurricular
activities
or school.
Yeah, of course.
I wouldn't do homework. I would like go out with my friends, and I did taekwondo for a really long time.
Okay.
I did taekwondo for about 15 years.
Nice.
But my mom would always have to drag me to practice. Like
you liked doing it, but it
Yeah.
was just not practice.
I liked being there, but I hated going there. So yeah, my parents had a really hard time taking me there.
Okay.
And I wouldn't, like, if I didn't want to eat something, I just wouldn't eat. I had like 자존심. If I said I didn't want to eat it, then I wouldn't eat it, even
So
if I
you're
wanted
really
to eat
stubborn.
it. Yeah.
Wow. So you feel that the stubbornness is a little bit rubbing off
Yeah.
through him.
Yeah. But my mom's stubborn, so I think I got it from her.
And now you've become a dad. It's like, so
Yeah.
this is where I get my stubbornness
Yeah.
from. You realize where that was coming
My
from.
mommy's stubborn.
Okay, so mama's stubborn, so that means you're stubborn.
Yeah, that's where I
Well, a
got it
lot
from.
of our listeners are really excited to find out what the name of your channel is going to be and also all that. So,
Yeah. We haven't thought of a name yet. We want to make it simple and in English and short.
sure,
What everyone wants.
of course.
Yeah.
Well, I think probably following you online and your social media
Yeah.
accounts will
It'll
probably help.
definitely be on there. And I recently bought a house in Jeju as well. So we bought a house because the air is so good
Clean
over
there.
And the beach is like right in front of our house, and there's like dolphins that like swim. Yeah. So we're pretty much going to shoot most of it in Jeju.
Okay, so you're planning on staying mostly on Jeju
Yeah.
instead of being in Seoul. Oh.
Stay mostly in Jeju. We're thinking about opening up a cafe over there. And when we have work, we would fly over because it's only like an hour.
You know what? I think that K-Poppin should have a talk concert on Jeju Island since that's where we
Yeah.
have our FM channel. You
Yeah.
can be my co-host.
Yeah. And you
Pini?
can do it at my house.
Oh, we can. He just invited us to his house to do an open concert. He just invited us to do an open concert at his house on Jeju Island. So
Yes.
yeah, there we go. Win, 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 win. She said win.
Anytime.
She just got really big eyes. That means that she's gonna go talk with our executive producer.
Yeah,
and we're gonna try to
definitely.
see when that happens.
Yeah.
Okay, well, what we're gonna do is take another quick song break. A lot of our listeners are sending in some fun questions. So if you have any more for us, send those in. We're gonna be looking at those right after this. In the meantime, though, you were just talking about this song. It's one of your mega hits as a team. 만만하니? Am I that easy? The second hour of K-Poppin. You're listening to Arirang Radio. I'm your host, Isak. We have our insiders today, Eli, in the studio.
Yes.
And a lot of our listeners during the song break, we didn't turn on the camera, but they're like, dance for us. Eli, dance.
Manmani.
Okay. We had Christian came in. Nero was saying you have huge arms. So I'm guessing, is this baby lifting or are you actually hitting the gym these days?
I'm planning on hitting the gym. Because my dad bod is coming, and
you can feel the dad bod coming
I
on?
can feel it. I can barely walk up the stairs. You have to like hold on to the rails now. And Michael, or my son Minsu, he's 16 kilos, so he's heavy.
And so these are pretty much just baby muscles. Like, you've
Yeah,
been
these-
lifting him. And having him on his back, on your back and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay. So any different feel, obviously, because you've been with the group pretty much your entire teens and 20s.
Yeah.
And you were constantly doing performances like over in Japan and like overseas and whatnot with their tour up until late. And so Nero was asking, kind of like, being in a group and constantly being like, on go, 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 go. And now kind of being on your own. Is there any difference?
There's a big difference. Because being in an idol group, because there's so many members, our manager, he would do everything for us. And having that for so long, like he would like wake us up, take us to the
Salon.
pick us up, take us to where we had to go, do this, do that, and we would just follow him. But now that I'm on my own
And a dad.
and in a company, I have to schedule everything out by myself. Like I have to call my manager. I'll be like, I made a reservation at the salon at what time. I have to be where at what time, and I would make my own schedule. And in between all my like work schedule, I would have to put in like take the baby to the hospital, take him to daycare, pick him up, and it's
Which is, oh. Siska's asking a really sweet question. Since you just said Michael or Minsu, what do you call him at home?
I call him Minsu.
Okay.
But when I speak to him in English, I call him Michael. He knows his English name.
Okay. Well, at least he knows his English
Yeah.
name. That's good. Now, Nero was asking a really fun question because I know that these days it's kind of lifted up since, when you debuted as UKISS. As terms of like getting married and having a girlfriend, is there any advice for like the celebrities out there who might be dating somebody, might be planning the next step? Like,
Oh yeah.
is there any advice?
I do have advice. I want to apologize to the fans first. I'm sorry, but what I wanted was because idols and celebrities, they're people too.
Of course.
And in the States,
Nobody
who cares? But I
Do a
wanted to,
video on this.
yeah, I wanted to make that okay in Korea.
Okay.
So I was like, maybe I should be the first one to like tell everyone. And it was hard at first. Like it was really hard, but the weight that's lifted off my shoulders.
After telling
And
everybody.
once the company is aware of what you're doing, then they let you do it.
Okay.
Like they would help you out.
Yeah.
Is it okay if you go here at this time? Like, and they'll be more supportive
Okay.
once they do.
No.
공개.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once everybody knows. Guys are saying you don't have to apologize. You deserve happiness. See, I feel this is just a little bit of like a perspective. A lot
Yeah.
of the foreign fans, they're like, why would you apologize for something like that? Where in Korea, it's kind of just more of like the culture to apologize first for, doing that. But you do a video. Like out of one of the videos you do with your son, like as an
Yeah.
introduction video, kind of be like, here's advice for any future
Yeah.
idol.
Yeah, like just the courage to be able to like tell everyone that, hey, I'm dating so and so.
And I'm getting married soon.
Yeah, it's so freeing. Yeah,
Relieving as well.
yeah, it's relieving.
Gina says that you have a really sweet voice. Do you have any special methods in keeping your voice that sexy?
Oh, I think like all the different languages, I have a different tone in my voice. When I speak Chinese, my tone goes higher.
Okay.
If I speak Japanese as well, it goes higher.
Okay.
But when I speak English and Korean, because it's comfortable, I kind of like go baritone.
Oh, interesting. We do have another one. Since you have been going on a lot of family-oriented programs where you and your wife are like the panel and whatnot,
Yeah.
is there any other programs that you would love to go on, like variety show-wise? We ask this a lot as like idols, but now like from a different perspective. Is there any variety shows that you would love to go on?
Of course, I want to go on to like Superman, Return of Superman.
Oh, okay. So some more family-oriented
like
stuff.
아빠 본색 and those kinds of shows. But also I want to be going on like 정글의 법칙.
Yeah, exactly. Laws of the Jungle.
Yeah, Laws of the Jungle or like anything, pretty much just anything. If they call me, I'll go.
Oh, so
Yeah.
guys, it's just like when he was in his idol days. Call him and he will
Yeah.
go. He's
Like,
willing to do it.
All of my fans on Instagram as well, they would ask me, please come on Return of Superman. I'll be like to myself, I want to go on there, but it's not like I could just walk up to them and be like, I'm going on your show. Yeah, they have to call me, so.
The concept of the program is watching your child with no help from mama
Yeah.
or from anybody. Like
Yeah.
you have to watch your son for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Can you?
I think
Honestly?
it's easier because I like to like let him roam.
Oh, which
Like, my-
mama doesn't like.
Yeah, my wife's a helicopter mom, so she would follow him around. I want him to fall. I want him to get hurt, so he knows not to fall
And do that
get hurt.
again.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're the kind of parent that once your kid gets older, you're going to lock him out of the house,
Yeah.
make him go play, and then have him come in.
Yeah.
Interesting. One of our listeners was tuning in just a little bit later and asked yet again how long you've been married.
Yes, I've been married for 5 years.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay.
5 years.
Lunes was also curious since you're on the show, and normally when we do have people on the show, we do look forward to other things. So it's like new dramas. I think we need to kind of figure out like what's coming up. So if you have anything to say, like your YouTube channel, dramas, auditions, anything that we can look forward to.
My company and I, we've been talking a lot about what I should be moving forward on. And we want to focus more overseas.
Okay.
We want to focus more in the States and in China.
Okay.
And we want to go out on more auditions and audition over there.
Okay.
So acting is definitely a big factor, a big goal that we're pushing towards overseas.
Okay.
In Korea, we want to focus more on variety shows. Like me and my wife, my son, just me as Eli, go on more variety shows, talk shows, and just let my name be known.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds good because I feel that, especially for a lot of our listeners, it'll be a lot more easier for us to catch you on TV now.
Yes, definitely. A lot of my fans, they were asking me if I was just going to pack everything up and go back to the States. And no.
Which we could have expected.
Yeah. But I just want y'all to know that I'm still here and I'm still going to be on shows. I'm still going to work hard to be able to see you guys.
That was such a Korean
translated
message.
Yeah.
It's like 앞으로 잘 부탁드립니다.
Yeah, pretty much.
응원해주세요. I just love how you were able to translate that on the spot in your head. Unfortunately, it is pretty much time for us to say goodbye. But before we do go, I mean, if there's anything that you wanted to tell the listeners, like to keep maybe follow you on social media, or like what would you like to say before you go?
I am trying to be more active on Instagram and all of the news that's going to be coming out on my schedules and everything. It will be up on there. So I hope you guys follow me so I get more followers.
I'll re-tag him in a post later
yeah.
so that you guys can go follow him if you
Thanks,
need
guys.
to. So do check that out and stay tuned. If there's any more exciting news coming in the future, you promise you'll come back?
I will. Just like I said, call me and I'll be here.
So everybody's out there. He's a free agent now.
Yes.
Call him. He's
me.
ready to go on anything.
Yes.
And we might literally charge into your Jeju house and do a show.
Definitely.
So as we say goodbye to Eli for today, we're going to take a listen to YouKiss's track, 널 맞이할 준비. Ready for you, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.